In this video today, we're going to be talking about content marketing, how you can use content marketing to really grow your e-commerce business. And I'm going to show you a clip today from a coaching session that we did with our high-level clients. Okay, so we have a very high-level coaching program that costs a lot of money that primarily people in China use and book, and they come to the office and they get a lesson. So today, you're going to get to see a clip out of that where we explain content marketing. How does it work? Why does it work? Why do you need it? Do you need it? And even if you're not on that high level position here, you definitely need to think about a little bit further on how you can actually grow your e-commerce business. Because the thing is that traditionally was just using advertisements, was just using the strategies that you hear everywhere out there with the Facebook ads and things like that. It's going to get really hard, right? Because so many people are joining the Facebook platforms to advertise, so many companies. Think about that. Because of COVID, how many people now rely on online business? How many people went online? Well, look, all of these people are advertising online and all of these people are competing with you, right? Because Facebook ads or generally paid ads is the fastest way to do it. So a lot of people jump on that train. But the thing is, if you want to set up an e-commerce business that is actually long-term, see what the big brands are doing. Haven't you noticed that all the big brands, all the brands that you know and all the e-commerce companies that actually grow really, really big are those that don't only leverage paid ads? And I get it. Look, I'm always preferably in the gang of conversions. I'm the leader of the conversion gang, and I used to be in that for sure. And I didn't want to hear about anything else. Don't come to me with branding. Don't come to me with long-term stuff. It all doesn't matter. I don't care about a logo. I just want to make sales, right? I was always in that kind of field. But the reality is that things are changing, right? And even if you're not the one who wants to speak in front of a camera or post things on social media, or you don't need to be the one doing that, right? You can always hire freelancers. You can always have a team for that. But the thing for you as a business owner to understand that is important is really how content marketing works and why you need it. Why this is something that moving forward is going to become the dominant source of traffic if you want to make it successful. So make sure you watch this video to the end, because while doing that, you will learn why you need it, how you can do it, even if you don't like to, do your own social stuff. But you will learn as the business owner, it's your responsibility to learn that, right? To know what's going to be the future of e-commerce. So if you like that, leave me a comment below. If you agree with me that you need content, let me know in the comments below. If you say, you don't need content, I run my ads and they work, right? Let me know in the comments below if that is you. And make sure you like this video, leave me a comment and subscribe, hit the bell so you get to keep seeing videos like this. Again, make sure you watch this to the end and enjoy. One of the essential pieces is the blog. The blog is for content. And one of the main objectives of the blog, besides educating people and providing value, is to send them to the shop. So one of the first things that we want to talk about is content marketing, and also how they relate, right? So one, you have your shop, and your shop closes a deal. This is your sales guy, right? You might have people that come from anywhere directly to your shop, and they're like, oh, I like the product, I buy, right? But sometimes people need a little bit more time. They get to know about your brand first. They're like, oh, that's interesting, I need the light. And then later they subscribe to the newsletter. Okay. Later they come back, it's like, now I learned I need a light. I don't know, it seems really expensive, I have a look, right? Next week they get another email. Hey, we have a new blog post. The blog post talks about the 7 best tips how you can grow your plants at home. The 5 most exciting things you can do with friends together when growing plants. Cool, right? So the person builds trust with you. You give them valuable information, something that they care about, something that they feel is valuable to them, and that builds trust. So when they eventually come to the decision that they want to buy something, at the buying decision, they think about you because you already build a relationship with them, right? It's the same with anything we see outside and in real life, right? So there's a brand, even if you never ate McDonald's, you see it everywhere. Right? So eventually you're like, okay, let me try, right? Because you see it and the brand builds trust with you. You see the advertisement, you see everything that the brand creates trust, and they're like, I should give this a try. The barrier of trust for McDonald's is very low. because it's very cheap, right? The barrier of trust for your products is very high, because what the person always thinks about, what if I look stupid? What if I buy this and it doesn't work? What if I spend the money and I don't get the result I want, right? So people always have this barrier of, they don't want to look, in the end of the day, they don't want to look stupid, right? So for example, if I have a girlfriend and I say, I want to buy this light, but like, why don't we spend the money on my shoes? I want new shoes, right? So if I buy a light, if I say, look, I buy the light and we can grow the plants better, so I can buy you a lot of shoes. Okay, that makes sense. But now what if I buy the light and it doesn't work? Then I will look like an idiot in front of her, right? I will look bad in front of her, right? So I need to have trust in the brand. So you as a brand, how do you create trust? Trust comes over time, right? So it's the same with a relationship. When you're with a partner, when you first meet, you just start dating, the trust is very different than if you're dating for 10 years, right? And it's the same with a relationship with you and your customers to your brand. When the customer just meets your brand, they might be intrigued, but they're cautious, right? They're like, what if it doesn't work? But what if the customer already has seen your posts? They go through your blog and they see results from other people. They see how well this light works for others. They see what this light can do. They see the capabilities. They see a lot of content written about it. That builds trust. And then once they have the trust, it's so much easier for them to make a purchase decision. Because then they know. They feel like they know you, right? They feel like they have a relationship and they already can trust you because they've seen so much of you, right? So one of the essential pieces is the blog. The blog is for content. And one of the main objectives of the blog, besides educating people and providing value, is to send them to the shop. It's like, okay, now you already know us. Now we build trust. Go buy. Yeah. It also works the other way around. The shop, people land on the shop and they're like, oh, this is a really cool product, but I don't really know how I can use this. I don't really know how to grow my plants at home. Like, what seeds do I buy? Where do I get it from? How often do I give them water? Like, I don't really know. There's a link to the blog, and the blog reveals how to grow your plants, the 7 best seeds, how often do you need to water the plants, what's the best temperature for your plants, right? So the person that lands here that wants to buy the light, but they're not sure how to use the product, the blog will help them to educate them, to fill the gap. Does that make sense? So, content marketing. This is one area. One area of marketing. Content marketing. Content marketing sends people, or content is on your blog, for example, right? Content can be your blog, but content can also be your social media. Content can be anything where you give out free information, right? You give information and you attract people that read that information. But content can also help to sell. So it can help with inbound. It can help, it can help with inbound, attracting people to the blog to learn about it. But it can also help with outbound, right? It can also help with getting people from somewhere to come to you, right? It can be both ways. Even the people that have been on your shop, they can be sold with your blog. But the people that don't know the shop, they can come through the blog, right? So they can either come from outside, they see a blog, they buy, or they are thinking to buy, and they need the blog to finalize their decision, right? So it works both ways. This is what content does, why content is so important. It builds relationship, it builds trust. The best way of content is to have a face to it. Because a lot of times people relate not only to a brand, but to the face behind it.